Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for another scammer roundup. This time on Facebook, this time in one of those razzle dazzle mixwazzle waffle groups. You know the groups, the ones with the illegal lotteries that are called anything but illegal lotteries because they don't want anything to do with Facebook identifying them as running some illegal gambling. And today we're taking a look at Joshua Lewis, who decided he's not going to pay somebody back. He took a bunch of cards, he took a bunch of money. And we got somebody who is in trouble, who needs a refund. Now, if that wasn't enough, he's an admin. He's an admin of one of these groups. You would think, oh, I got to trust the admin. Well, guess what? You shouldn't trust the admin because the admin in question here today was also on probation. It seems like he often told people that he was on probation. And this is the kind of person that shouldn't be involved with Pokemon cards in general. So here's a nice little snippet. We're going to throw in a couple little French cowboys for the lulz. Facts, I ask probation if I can go, and the reason is Pokemon and getting kids together. I'll be immediately drug tested on my way back. Laughing, crying emoji. Oh, man, guys, be careful. With the current market conditions, I know people are looking for other ways to buy and sell and interact with the hobby. This is not a good idea. This is not a good way to do so. We're going to see the statement here by the victim, Eric, who says, "It's sad it had to come to this. In early December last year, Joshua Lewis, an admin in Pokedads, reached out to me about my PSA 8 Shadowless Charizard. He offered to host for me and waffle off the slab." Again, waffle. It's a waffle, guys. It's not a raffle. It's not a lottery. It's often rigged, too. If you haven't been watching the channel, it's been a while since we covered any of the Facebook Razzle Dazzle McWaffle lotteries. Often rigged. They'll re-roll multiple times. They'll find a way. They'll find a way to scam you. Again, if you're going to break the law in one way, you're probably also not to be trusted with people's money or Pokemon cards. Waffle off the slab, which eventually failed, leading us to become close friends. Joshua encouraged me to send more slabs, claiming it would be a form of passive income and that he needed them for his rollers. I gotta feed the rollers, dude, because he ran Pokedads. So shame on Pokedads, shame on Joshua here. Send the fucking money back, send the cards back, do whatever you gotta do. It's not your money, it's not your cards. And then go fuck off somewhere else and break some other laws in some other sector where I don't have to cover your stupid ass. Some of these slabs I sent him, he wanted to keep for himself, so he agreed to deals for them to be paid off over time by throwing me a little extra per waffle. A Shadowless Charizard PSA 3, an Umbreon VMAX 10, and a Gold Star Raikou 9 that his friend was going to buy back in January. Of course, his friend was going to buy it. His friend was going to buy it again. Don't worry, I just forgot about it. He forgot about it. He still wants it. He's still going to take it. Where's the fucking money? Where is the Raikou? Joshua, please let us know. Where's the Raikou? We got some prices here for December and January. Again, those prices change over time. Holding on to someone's cards while these become worth more money. Do you think the friend is going to want the card later on if he didn't already sell it to him? However, Josh repeatedly stated his friend kept forgetting about the Raikou, but it appears that he just sold it to his friend and pocketed that money. I've asked him to send that slab back along with the others multiple times, but he's insisted his friend still wants it, even though it's been over 4 months. Joshua was also my trusted middleman. Trusted, yeah, that's one way to describe him. And after receiving a $2,500 shipment last month and asking for him once again to ship back the Raikou because comps were up, he ghosted me for an entire week. Sounds typical. I had already sent him the shipping label and was obviously getting concerned, so I reached out to Rosario for help. Now, Roberto is going to do a little interview at the end of the video here, so stay tuned for that. He was involved with the Pokedad stuff. It sounds like there's been a little bit of a falling out in that group, and I can't imagine why. Is it because some of the moderation, some of the heads of the group, are others scamming? Why are they covering up a scam? With Roberto's help, Joshua eventually returned the $2,500 worth of slabs, including the first edition Charizard from the Waffle. However, he did not return the Shadowless Charizard, Umbreon VMAX, or Raikou slabs. I wonder what happened to those. Joshua Lewis also still owes the community an additional $1,200 in unpaid payments for the first edition Zard Waffle that closed last month. Joshua claims he doesn't have the money and, in his own words, spent it on rent. That is not your money to spend on rent, Joshua. That is not what you should be spending it on. You should be sending it to the people that own the cards, or that you were supposed to send the cards to, or return the cards to, or sell the cards for. What the fuck? Do we see the problem here? It's a reoccurring event. I can't cover every Facebook scam in existence. It's basically Whatnot, but somehow can be worse. No, I don't know. Maybe it's a toss-up, because Whatnot is pretending that they're there to protect the buyers, and when there's rigged gambling on their platform, illegal lotteries, illegal gambling, illegal sweepstakes, they don't seem to do a whole lot. So I guess it's the same. There's the guise of it's a platform, so you think they're going to protect you. Facebook, you think that the moderation of these groups is out there to help, is out there to do the right thing. It's for the community, for the kids. Meanwhile, they're on probation. They're stealing your shit. I was just recently banned from Pokedads for defending Roberto Rosario because he was the only admin that stepped in and actually wanted to help. Joshua Lewis owes 5,200 Bonaronos to the Pokedads community, and that money will more than likely never be seen again. So Joshua, if you'd like to do the right thing, if you'd like to reach out to me, if you'd like to tell me how you're going to make it right, feel free to do so. We'd love to hear how that's going. I gotta feed the rollers. I got new rollers that need to learn without running $1,000+ games. Don't join the games. Do not. Gambling is regulated for a reason. Other than the government wants a big cut of it, it's regulated. You can go to a casino, and at least it's regulated. If you really want to gamble and you want to lose money in an honest way, just go to a fucking casino. There's online casinos if you don't want to actually physically get up and go to one. Would not recommend. Be careful. There's some serious gambling addiction. It's not good. But rigged gambling is even worse. Or illegal gambling that's often rigged, because if you're going to break the law, you're going to break it in other ways. So we got more screenshots here. I'm not going to go through all of it, but you can see here that he is supposed to. So for the Zard and Moonbryon, we agreed on payments, which I will start. That is what we agreed on. The Raku is being paid for this week 100%. What do you mean? Why would it be less than 100%? It should have been already paid for. The money should have already been put over. So in typical scammer fashion, you gotta make sure that I had some bills that came up. I don't give a fuck what excuses you have. But again, they got the heartstring. You got to pull the heartstrings here. This week, I just got discharged yesterday from the hospital. It's been a great time. So he wants you to feel bad for him. Meanwhile, he's just trying to buy time. He's just trying to scam you. It's the same thing every time. Every fucking scammer in existence is either in the hospital, they have family in the hospital, there's some kind of medical emergency, whatever it might be. Guess what? That's no one else's problem if it's even a real story. Tough shit. You don't get to use other people's money in order to pay your bills, in order to take time off to go to the hospital or whatever you're doing. I don't give a shit what you're doing. If you have somebody else's possessions, if you have somebody else's money, and yes, no one should trust these people to begin with, but also we don't victim blame here. It was a mistake. It was certainly a mistake on the part of the victim, Eric. But that's no excuse for people to steal, cheat, lie. Please. So we got, again, here's the excuses for the cards that are not sold, going to be sold, whatever it might be. Just infinite excuses, and they just draw it out and draw it out and draw it out. All the receipts are there. We got the interview here coming up in just a second, but before we do, I'm going to remind you guys that I do not want you to buy into illegal lotteries. Not for me, not from anyone else. I don't even want you to send me money. I'd rather you guys use the link tree in order to support the channel. Buy yourself something rather than sending me money. Now, we got a new 5% off code on PSA Pikachu's eBay, Rattle 5 off. Secura's Card Shop Card Market. You can click this bad boy to get 10% off your first Besbuy purchase. If you sign up with this link, it'll give you a coupon for that. That's a pretty juicy one. Be careful on there. If you're not buying from the reputable places with Besbuy, they're just buying it for you. If you tell them to buy a scam, they will buy you a scam. So be careful what you're doing there. I have tutorials, and also if you have more questions, join the Discord, and I'll be happy to walk you through that either on a Saturday or Sunday when we're in the voice and video chat. Collector app for tracking your collection, bunch of discount codes, save some money on the things you're going to buy anyway. This is the stuff that I use and recommend. And down here we have a bunch of stuff that click before you shop. If it's Pokemon cards or whatever it might be, click before you shop, and it'll give the channel here a kickback. All right, without further ado, thank you for tuning in. Here is the interview here from Roberto. He's going to elaborate on the situation. It seems like the Poke Dads had a little bit of a Poke falling out due to this series of scams by the admin. Here you go.
A few months ago, October, I was reached out to take over Pokedads. I took over Pokedads, and I made Joshua Lewis an admin of Pokedads. I made him an admin because he was scammed before by the previous owner of Pokedads, but that's another story. So I made him an admin. I got real close with him. We all the guys got really cool. Along the way, Joshua met Eric Gorka. Him and Eric developed this little friendship. Eric was having Joshua put up a waffle, sell his stuff for him. Eric is pretty new to this community. Like, he has no idea how this stuff works. He doesn't know what he didn't know. He's a kid. Let's just be honest. He's a kid. He wasn't supposed to be in Pokedads. He was not a dad. Let's just be honest. He's a kid. But he had product, so Joshua brought him in thinking, oh, well, he has product. The dads will love it. So Joshua ended up, in January, he put up a waffle for a first edition. I'm not sure what kind of, I don't really know cards, Rattle, or whoever's watching this, so I'm going to say a first edition Zard or a Shadowless Zard, one of those big Zards that cost like $4,000. He put up a waffle for like 100 spots, $40 each spot, and you had to pay as you claim. So that waffle opened up in January. Till this day, it's still not full. He collected the money for it. Some people were refunded for it, whatever. Fast forward to a few months ago, in February, after the waffles, whatever, I get access to the group fund account after finding some previous shady behavior amongst the group. So I wanted to get more involved with the money side, because previously, before this, I only modded the group. I only did the background work, I call it the nasty work. I did all the modding, the clicking, the approving, the talking to the members, everything that didn't involve the money. And on day one, I told them, hey guys, I don't want to involve myself with the money because that's going to be too much work for me. I won't be able to handle the money and the non-money side. The collector side and the non-collector side is what I would say. The most important side is the collector side. So I was mainly focused on that, which is why the group grew so big. But as soon as we got the group back, the guys needed money. 2 steps back, before we got the group back, there was no money allowed made on the page. No money, no transactions, no trades. You could only show off your collection. That's all. It was just dads showing off the collection. We took the group over. The dads wanted to start doing waffles to pay bills, sell stuff. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna whatever the right way is. So fast forward, he throws up the waff, collects money for it. He starts going ghost on people. So on Monday, I'm getting hit up by one person. Hey, have you heard from Joshua? Wednesday, a different person. Have you heard from Joshua? And and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then finally, Eric, after months of doing business or whatever, reaches out to me. Actually, no, I'm taking that back. The other shady mod reached out to me for Eric, looking for Joshua. So I'm talking to Eric. Eric goes, hey, yeah, I sent him the slabs. He hasn't sent it back. Whatever. Can you reach out to him? The first thing I say to Joshua is, brother, what's going on? Just send the stuff back. Like, you know what I mean? Just send the stuff back. His immediate response was a picture of the box on a table with the tracking, saying, I'm sorry, man. And just completely right away, just sent all the stuff back. Just I'm sorry, man. Which, if anybody could pretty much see, that's pretty much admitting that you messed up. Like, you caught me. Please don't get me. Um, so he sends the box back, realize that not everything is accounted for, and then we realize that there's $5,000 in slabs missing. There's slabs from this day that he never paid for, and by the time we caught it, Eric had to go back and do all his calculations and etc. But essentially, I'm here today so that people can help me recover these slabs. Uh, if anybody wants to know why I'm doing this, I feel partially responsible because I made him an admin. And if he wasn't an admin, I don't think this would have happened. He wouldn't have been able to abuse the admin, which is real popular in the groups right now, real prevalent. So I just really need you guys' help getting the funds back for Eric.